What is incel movement? The movement came into the spotlight yet again in the UK's Plymouth, where a 22-year-old man named Jake Davidson shot dead 5 people, including a toddler, in what is widely being called the worst incident of its kind in British history since 2010. The incel movement, a dangerous online subculture comprising men who identify as involuntary celibates and regularly express deeply misogynistic views about women, is slowly becoming a threat to law and order. Experts have warned. The movement came into the spotlight yet again in the UK's Plymouth, where a 22-year-old man named Jake Davidson shot dead 5 people, including a toddler, what is widely being called the worst incident of its kind in British history since 2010. While Davidson, who later fatally shot himself, said he did not categorically see himself as an incel, a quick glance at his digital footprint tells a whole different story. In several YouTube videos he posted before the brutal Plymouth shooting, Davidson refers to the movement and expresses disturbing opinions about women and sexually active people. He has also subscribed to channels and was an active of online forums linked to the sexiest internet community. Over the years, several acts of violence have been linked to the subculture around the world. However, some experts have argued that it would be wrong to call incels a terrorist group. So what is an incel? Incels are largely online community of men who describe themselves as involuntary celibates. Men who are part of the movement harbor a deep resentment towards both women and other men who are sexually active. They blame women for their own lack of sexual and social status. While views tend to vary, some believe that sex is their right, something that is owed to them by virtue of them being females. And extreme sections of incels even advocate violence against women. However, not all members of the subculture are violent, experts say. What are the red pill and black pill mentalities promoted by incels? In videos shared before the mass shooting in Plymouth, Davidson said he was consuming the black pill overdose, referring to a fatalistic metric-inspired metaphor that dehumanizes women and advocates male supremacy. The black pill theory, often associated with incel, promotes the defeatist idea that your fate is sealed at birth, and no matter what changes you try to make, your sexual capital cannot be altered. In several of his videos, Davidson complained about being a virgin and never have experienced any sort of physical intimacy with a woman. Red pillers, on the other hand, believe the world is biased towards women and see feminism as a female supremacy. They believe there is systemic bias in favor of women. The metaphor draws from the scene in the film The Matrix, where the main character, played by Keanu Reeves, is made to choose between a blue pill and a red pill. While taking the blue pill would ensure he was unaware of the simulated world he is living in, the red pill would make him hyper aware of reality. Is this the first violent attack that has been linked to incels in the past? Recent years, attacks linked to the misogynist community have increased around the world. The movement has been linked to at least 6 mass shootings and the murder of nearly 50 people in the US alone. Perhaps the first and the most significant instance of the subculture entering public perception was when a student named Elliot Roger went on rampage, stabbing and shooting his peers at the University of California before killing himself in May 2014. In a 137-page manifesto as well as YouTube video he left behind, Roger explained he carried out the attack out of frustration, never being able to have a relationship with a woman. He said the lack of romantic relationship made him resent people who were in relationship. In 2020, there was a string of incel-related incidents across the world, including a massage attack, a massage parlor in Toronto, as well as shooting at a mall in Arizona. Is it a far-right terrorist movement? While some of the members of this community believe in conspiracy theories and ideologies propagated by the far-right, experts say in reality the subculture in many ways is quite distinct. So far, intel-related attacks are not perceived as much as terror threats in the United States when compared to violent attacks by followers of the other violent far-right ideologies, according to an analysis of domestic terror attacks by the New American Foundation. But the same analyst found that incel terrorism is deadlier than far-left terrorism. Thank you.